Let's go. Get up. It's that club, baby. You hear that? You can't sit down to that. Okay.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Shigluch, LOXD Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the ISUPK classes.
I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools.
Shout out to Black Watch, hosted by General Johanna. Word, I need y'all to check out Cross the Line Radio as well, man. They've been open all week from 7 to 9. They ain't shut down because of the corona, the COVID and all that. They rockin' strong, you know what I mean?
Think we got a problem, but really it ain't though. It's one of me and these bitches, I count about 3, 4. Think we got a problem, but homie just all talk. He ain't gonna pop a balloon with a pitchfork. Think we got a problem in the club with this dog. Rude boys, dogs, ladies, everybody.
Do you got a problem? I need to know, right? Because I think we got a problem, all right? This is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under Commanding General Johanna. We're down here in Wilmington, Delaware, right? So not just for the brothers that's, you know, in other states, but just for the people that's here. If you in Wilmington and you watching this show, then get up off your behind and get in here and learn something, all right? Because you can't learn it just on the internet, all right? You got to get in the classrooms. You got to get in this, you know, get around the brothers and see it and experience it. Get around the sisters and experience it too. And, you know, that's what you want to do. You know, it's like, you know, you don't want to just think that all the time. It's just got to be, you know, you trying to figure it all out on your own, all right? I'll tell you what's all about, man. A lot of brothers, man, it's like, oh, man. Some brothers, they need like 1,000 scriptures, man. I tell you. I mean, I just think about a brother, man. I was like, look, you know, come down here, come in. Haven't seen him yet. I don't know. All right. What's going on? Sayana, all right. Miriam, Yashikar, okay. Who that? Miriam? Oh, okay, that's the sister that always get they always taking the sister page down on Facebook. Robert B. All right, I see you. All right. So y'all can ask a question. Just starting pink. Okay. Robert Bowman. Okay, yeah. All right, I see you. So look, if y'all got any questions, you know what I mean, just get them in now. All right. If you got any questions on credit, then you know, holler at me on Friday. All right. Let me see. Who else is in here? Oh, Allahayim Power. Okay, I see you. What's this? Oh, he said shalom. Okay, I thought you said shalom. All right, Allahayim, I see you. All right. So, like I said, man, like at the beginning of the show, man, you know, who got the problem, man? You know what I mean? But all right, so everybody knows what today's class is, right? So today's class is on Brotherhood and Sisterhood, which is very important because right now in Wilmington, I know for sure we have a big issue with the young cats murdering each other right now. It's real big in the city. A sister that I was talking to today, actually, she said that one of her nephews that she used to talk to me about was killed in Chester. He was killed, and I think she said he got shot with a Draco like 5 times. He had just turned. He was just 18. He was only 18 years old, and you know, he kind of had, you know how we was when we was younger. We was good kids at heart, but you know, we just did a lot of bad things, and And it shows you how, you know, in life will show you how, you know, sometimes people don't get those second chances like we got. You know, the second and third and fourth and fifth and the 10th and 15th chances that we've gotten, you know, because we've, you know, been able to, you know, grow old a little bit. So, you know, and it just shows you how life is, man, and how much the Lord was really watching over us and looking out for us this whole time, because I know I've been in situations where I was, you know, situations where it was, you know, very dangerous, you know, and you know, and just to see how, you know, how where I'm at today, I see that the Lord was with me the whole time when I thought that I was on my own, or only, you know, it was, you know, me and it was nothing else. But, you know, so definitely, man, it's brotherhood, man. Could somebody get the scripture, thou shalt not kill?
Book of Exodus.
Damn, you had it that fast? Damn, okay.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 13.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 13. Let me get there with you. 20, verse 13. All right? You got it, warrior.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt not kill.
Right, man. You're not supposed to kill your brother. You know, like this is look, I'm not saying that. Okay, how can I say this, Metallica? Okay, women can raise kids, boys by themselves, right? It's been done, right? But what I will say is this: the majority of men, I mean, of young boys, they need a man in the house. They need a man in the house that could, you know, that can show them the way,
right? Because
a man is going to be the disciplinary in the house, and he's going to teach their son how to not be emotional, right? So but a lot of these kids, they're so emotional because they grew up around their mom and her homegirls. You know what I'm saying? Her mom, you know, your mom, his mom, and her auntie and his aunties, and you know, and all that kind of stuff. So he has that, you know, that feminine energy that's in him, to where, you know, when he gets into an argument with somebody, or, you know, a disagreement with another man, he's not equipped with the tools to be able to sit down with that man and be able to talk it out, and talk out your differences and figure out a way that y'all can come together on some sort of common ground. And so what happens when you don't have that? You go to the gun, you know, you go to the knife, you go to, you know, means of trying to harm somebody, to the point where it's no turning back from. And we all know that murder is no turning back from that.
Right.
The sister said something interesting to me today, because she said, we wanted to go get him. My uncles, we want to go get the dudes who did it. And then she said, what should I do? And I said, well, what you should do is you should let the police handle, you know, you should let the police handle it, right? Because at the same time, okay, what happens when we do that? When we go to get our own justice in this place. Now, of course, the Lord said, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Now, I know it ain't the easiest thing to really, you know, internalize when something like that happens to a loved one. But at the same time, you got to be rational and think, right? Because, okay, now somebody killed him. So if the uncles and stuff go back and kill the people who killed him, the uncles are going to go to prison, right? So now you got the uncles in prison. You have the kids that they went out to go get. They're in the ground, right? The nephew was in the ground. And so really, when you look at it, you have 5, 6 people that's gone out the way, you know, and that's what we want to try to prevent. So at some point, we have to learn to forgive each other. Could somebody get which one I want, Metallica? You know which one I want, the an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Why wouldn't it be gnats in here? They just hang right here. Like
they back here too.
They just, it's like crazy.
I'm like,
You
want the eye for
an eye for an eye? Yep.
The house shot or in the old?
In the old. Wait a minute. No, the new. All right, Talk Bob. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you checking in. Let's get in here. Kyle, what's going on? Shalom, Lord of Christ. All right, so we got 21 people in here. All right, let's keep it like that. Let's keep up the energy, all right? So the topic is brotherhood, man. Thou shalt not murder. When you read that scripture, when it says thou shalt not kill, it's saying thou shalt not murder. If you read it in Hebrew. Right? Thou shalt not murder. You should not murder your brothers, man. Sisters, you should not murder your sisters because that's your sisters at the end of the day. I understand that we have beefs. I understand that we got ops, right? And I guess that's just the nature of our people because we're just so spirited when we do things, right? So it's kind of like, you know, did y'all see Salaki, y'all? If I could just get like real up to date with some popular culture, all right? Now, Matata Pop, you seen Whack 100 sat down with Tekashi? All right, Whack 100 sat down with Tekashi, right? So if y'all watch the interview, you'll see that Tekashi the whole time kept talking about 21 Savage.
Right.
21 Savage. So Whack 100 keeps telling him, yo, man, don't talk about that man. That man ain't here to defend himself, blah, 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 blah. So apparently on Clubhouse, they get over on Clubhouse and Whack 100's on Clubhouse and 21 Savage is on Clubhouse. So 21 Savage is like, I think that was lame. I think that was lame of you to be sitting down with a rat and agreeing with anything that he had to say. Because remember, Whack 100 was on the interview saying, you know, I believe you're not afraid to die, and you know, kind of trying to talk to him, kind of way, you know, some kind of way. So 21 said, man, I think that's lame. I think that's lame because you supposed to be a gangster, and if you're a gangster, you are not supposed to be, you know, agreeing with no rat at all, right? First thing Whack 100 said, oh, what? I'll beat you, man, I'll beat you down. You know what I mean? When I see you, I'm gonna smack you in your face. Man, when I see you, man, I'm just going, I ain't no rapper. I'm gonna beat you, man, I'm gonna punch, man, as soon as I see you, I'm gonna punch you in your face and this blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn. like we got like a lot of anger towards each other.
Right.
And I do give it to 21 Savage because he was like, all right, say less. He was like, all right, say less. You know what I mean? But my point is to say is that, you know, we got to stop being so spirited with each other. You know, we got to like, you know, and even 21 Savage. Now, I'm listening to the conversation on Clubhouse and I'm like, okay, even 21 Savage, and he's not in the school at all. But from just hearing how this brother was reacting to what Whack 100 was saying to him, he had a lot of sense. You know what I mean? 21 was like, I didn't say that. Oh, my bad. I shouldn't have said this or that or whatever. But he was like going in like, what? I'll beat. Man, look, when I see you, it's on. Like, well, damn, we got all this smoke for each other, but nobody got no smoke, seem to have no smoke for George Zimmerman.
Right.
Nobody got no smoke for George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman is at Rolling Loud right now. You know what I mean? And like, we gotta stop focusing all our anger towards each other. The sisters have to stop focusing all their anger towards each other, right? Because there's a bigger enemy out there who's oppressing both of us.
That's right.
Right? So could you read that, please?
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 38.
Mm-hmm.
Ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth.
Right. We all know that growing up. In the church, we've all heard that. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Right? Read on.
But I say unto you that ye resist not evil.
Right. This is what Christ is saying. Christ is saying that, but I say unto you, ye resist not evil. Meaning that somebody has to resist the evil. It's been said, a tooth for a tooth. You kill me, some people come back and kill your people. You kill some more of my people come back and kill some of your people. Right? And it's been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, right? But one of us has to resist the evil. Right? what would that end? Black on black crime.
Right.
That'll end it because somebody has to forgive somebody.
That's right.
So everybody that has, like, okay, I met a brother. It was a brother that and Matala Pano, I'm talking about Dread, right? The first time I met up with Dread, me and Dread, this cat that's in the world, right? We had beef, right? We had beef from back in the day that we never got a chance to run into each other and really hash it out. So for some years, I figured that, okay, when I finally run back into him again, it might be something. You know, I don't know. You know, we might have to, you know, get it shaken, right? But nonetheless, I was ready for whatever would have came, right?
Right.
So once I finally ran into him, he had walked up on me. It was I was at a bar, actually. I was outside and I was at a bar. I was by myself that night. I was by myself, and he walked up with somebody else. And so you know, and we just started talking or whatever, and he was like, because he had a hoodie on or whatever, he took the hoodie off and he like, oh man, what's up, what's going on? So I started talking to him or whatever, and you know, everything was fine. You know what I mean? You know, years have passed. You know, in my mind, I thought it was going to be something, but it really wasn't. But you know, as we were talking and stuff like that, you know, and he was saying, you know, hey, look, you know, it's a lot of things that I've done, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not proud of when I was younger, you know what I'm saying. And I told him, look, man, it was things that I did, you know what I mean, back in the day that, you know, I apologize for it, you know what I'm saying. But you know, I'm a different person now, you know what I'm saying. So anything that was in the past between us that was bad blood, you know what I'm saying, I'm coming to you as a man and saying that, you know, I apologize for anything I've done wrong to you. And he was like, man, you know, look, I apologize to you for anything wrong that I did to you. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because it's like, at some point we got to grow up, you know what I'm saying? And just understand, like, look, what happened a long time ago, we gotta understand that we men, you know what I mean? And those things that we've done back in the day, man, that we was beefing with, you know, over, those things is done and over with now. So what I say to anybody that's in the truth is this, man, like, look, you know, and this can apply to, you know, your father, you know, not being around, you know, your mother not being around, you know, people that has, you know, done things to you in the world, all that kind of stuff, right? When you come into the truth and you get your name, right, you essentially are born again. So when you're born again, those people that have wronged you in the world, they haven't done anything to you because they've never done it to you. You see what I'm saying? Because now, you know, this cat that I'm, you know, giving you the example of, you know, he had beef with who I was in the world, but he's never had beef with Tazaiwan. You know what I'm saying? Because Tazaiwan is a totally different person.
Right. So
at some point, no matter what we go through in life, man, we have to forgive each other. Somebody has to initiate it. And on that night, I was the one that initiated it because I'm in the truth now. So this man hasn't done anything to Zion. You know what I mean? He hasn't wronged me in any kind of way. But I let him know that. And he said, you know what? I apologize to you for anything that I've done to you in the past. And we was able to chill. You know what I mean?
Right.
Drink for the rest of the night, listen to some good music, and just kind of bust it up about, you know, old memories.
Right.
You know, go ahead.
If I may, in a way, you gained a brother. You know what I mean? Where he could have been an enemy. You gained a brother. You know, even though he might not have been in the truth, but still.
Right. Yeah, and I you know, straight up because of the tools that I've gotten in here in this school. You know, and I know every situation ain't as practical as the one that I was in. Right. I know sometimes, you know, some situations that brothers and sisters might be in might be a little bit more serious, right? Like when, you know, when you got shootings and death on the table and things like that. But okay, but without that, it's really not that serious, right? When you got like, you know how like you look at things sometimes and you realize that it's not as serious as you really think it is, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's really not that bad. All right. Ain't nobody dying, ain't nobody get killed. So look, we can end this right now and just, you know, squash this beef before it gets any further, right? A lot of the sisters, man, I see, and I always bring this up all the time, but man, I be watching First 48, and I tell you what, I be seeing them sisters on there, man, going to jail for life. Sisters going to jail for life because of Instagram and social media, where they can't even get it together, and they go over there. And this one in particular that always stands out to me was the one where I saw it was like 4 girls who were arguing with this girl. One of the girls is arguing over another girl's man, right? When both of y'all, that's both of y'all man, right? It's both of y'all man. That's both of y'all man, right? Only if you could just understand that, right? I'm gonna talk about it. Only if y'all could understand that's both of y'all man. Both of y'all love him. I'm pretty sure he loved both of y'all. Right? But what's happening? This one's mad because he's sleeping with the other one. And then it got to the point where it got on social media and it was an issue. So what happened? 4 girls go over to beat up one girl. The one girl was there with her homegirl. You seen that? The one girl was there with her homegirl. The 4 girls hop in the car and head on over. Unbeknownst to the one who was fighting, you know, who issue it really was, she went and one of the girls had a gun. One of the girls, when they go over there to go fight, was it Slag, if I'm wrong? Was the one girl getting the best of the other one? I believe she was. I know this, but you know the story. Yeah. So the one is getting the best of the one that is coming over with the 4 girls is coming to fight the one girl, but the one girl is getting the best of her, right? So the 3 other girls, one of them got a gun. One of them had a gun. One of them pulls the gun out and shoots the girl. Pow! Shoots her. They all run, jump in the car, and pull off, smash off. Unbeknownst to them, the girl that they shot, that the one girl shot, ended up dying. Right. So all the girls on that went to go do what they went to go do got life in prison. Right. Because it was a murder in the commission of a felony. You know what I mean? Because they literally, it was like premeditated because they literally thought about it. They went over there to beat the girl up, and one of them and the girl ended up getting killed. And so all 4 of these sisters end up going to prison. It said that they all got life in prison, but the one girl ended up dying. So that's 5 sisters out the way. Right. See what I'm saying? Like you gotta really think it's like statistical about, you know what I mean, about it. Like just last week, 2 weeks ago, Matazapa, like it was 3 cats that got killed. And then as the cops was responding to this one, 3 more people got shot on the other side of town here in Wilmington. And 2 of them died and 1 of them lived. See what I'm saying? So now you got 5 people dead. And then when the cops find who the shooters are, those people are going to go to prison too. Right. So now you got, if it's 2 shooters, 3 shooters, whatever, now you got 7 people gone. And this is a constant cycle that happens over and over and over and over and over. And this is why Christ is saying, if you resist not evil, right? Could you read that one more time, please?
You want me to do just 39?
Whatever you want. That's cool.
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 38. Mm-hmm. Ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth.
An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That's how we live. You do something to me, I'm doing something to you. You do something to me, I'm doing something to you. That's the code of the streets. That's nigga SHIT. Right? You do something to me, I'm doing something to you. Straight up. You my op, whatever you, I'm getting on my little Dirk shit. Right? Salaka, y'all, for my language. But you get my point. Right? All right, go ahead.
Verse 39, but I say unto you that ye resist not evil.
Right, because we don't resist the evil. Read on.
But whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also.
Right, now this is not talking about police officers. You know what I mean? This is not talking about the oppressor. Right, where they punch you and you just give them the other cheek. No. This is a scripture that is talking about forgiving your brother.
That's right.
Somebody has to resist the evil for us to move on. Right? Read on.
Verse 40. And if any man will sue thee at the law and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also.
Okay, so yeah, this is more so going into like, you know, like being a brother, right? I believe we could drop that. But that was my point. My point is that somebody has to resist the evil. We got to do it, man. Like we have to figure it out how we can come to a point where we can have common ground, right? I understand a lot of things happen, and you know, sisters. A lot of things happen with the sisters, but we have to figure out a way to offset the killing, right? And we definitely have to keep our foot planted so that we can have the foundation that we need to actually survive and live, right? This Saturday, we were at an event that was it was a Peace on the Streets event. Now, if you from the tri-state area or if you from anywhere else around the country, I don't know. Is Peace on the Streets like just some Philly tri-state area type of thing? Maybe I could be wrong. Salakia, right? But Peace on the Streets, right? It's a Peace on the Streets event where people go out there that are, you know, upset about the shootings and they're upset about the drugs and everything else that comes with our people and how, you know, our people are being, you know, destroyed by it. But this is the thing that I saw. What I saw was a lot of Christianity. And what you must understand is that the killers ain't there at the event.
Right.
How are the killers are not going to come to the event if everybody there is soft? You see what I'm saying? Because these brothers are warriors. They're brothers who are spirited. You know what I mean? Brothers who needs to see they need to see that type of energy. You know, they need to see a type of energy that could tell them, hey, look, you know, you are being weak. You know, killing your brother is weak. You know, because telling that to somebody who thinks that they're tough, that could change them. You know, and this is what needed to be said to them, but it's not being said to them. Why? Because they're at the Peace on the Street event singing. Oh, Jesus. Nobody gives a damn about that. Right? Right? Nobody cares. The Nation of Islam got up there talking about don't take the shot. Who cares about the shot when people are getting killed while we're out there? Literally. Go ahead and talk about.
Nation of Islam dude said a good Christian is a good Muslim and a good Muslim is a Christian.
He did say that. He said a good Christian is a good Muslim and a good Muslim is a good Christian. You had the Nation of Islam out there talking about you got to look at Memorandum 200 and you got to go. People that's in the streets don't give a damn about Memorandum 22, or they don't give a damn about vaccines. They don't give a damn about none of that. Right? Of course, there might be a place for that, but at the same time, we're out here trying to save our kids.
Right.
Go ahead and talk about.
Yeah, like, you know, for black people, because, you know, a lot of black people be on conspiracy theory stuff. It's like they out here scaring the hell out of black people. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like black people fearing God, we'll fear the vaccine. We'll fear things that come up in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you fear look. Stop scaring black people. Right? I get it, man. I get it. Goddamn. But this is the Peace on the Streets event. When we got up there, they didn't think we was gonna get up there. We got up there on a slide tip because the cat asked us. He said, "Hey, can y'all walk me up there to the front?" We like, "Yeah, we walk you up there to the front." Yeah, of course. We walked him up there to the front. Once we got up on the stage, he kind of knew. He was like, "Man, I'm gonna go for a couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna just pass y'all the mic." They told us we couldn't speak. Right? They said it was a Christian event with a Muslim event. It was not they knew exactly who we were. When we walked in that event, they knew exactly who we were. They as soon as we walked in, they was like, "Oh, can we take y'all picture?" As soon as we walked in, "Oh, can we take y'all picture?" They took our picture. We walked again a little bit more. Somebody else came up in our way. Hey, can I take your picture? Hey, yeah, can I take your picture? Hey, what are y'all about? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? We was out there passing out flyers, you know what I mean? Like just passing flyers out to everybody. And it was kind of like they knew like it's a different breed out here. You know what I mean? That's the feeling I got from everybody. It's like everybody knows, oh yeah, you got the Nation of Islam out there. Oh yeah, you got the lady from the church, the apostle, whatever her name is. But she's up there speaking in tongues. Right? You got all the people up there rapping, the Christian rap dudes. That is soft.
Right.
I got up there. What I say, Matalibah said, Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. What we coming out here to do is inject manhood back in the ghetto again.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's what we said. We out here to inject manhood back in the ghetto. Look, the Lord would rather you not be weak. You know what I mean? We got to put black men back in the house again. The people in the crowd was like, right. I said, we got to put black men back in the house again. Nobody from the church said that. Nobody from the NOI, Matalibah, got up there and said, we got to put strong black men back in the households again. We got to stop letting women raise our men. See what I'm saying? When we said that, they was just sitting up there like, and what am I saying? I ain't saying nothing. What we say? Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying? What am I saying? I'm saying what? UPK 101? The UPK 101, you could go out in any event and do just UPK 101 and it will wow the crowd. You know? You don't got to get out there and be like, oh, yeah, you know, have you ever, you know, the mark of the beast and the vaccine and blah, 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 to wow the crowd. All you got to do is get up there and say, we got to put strong black men back in the house. Black men, we got to stop being weak. They like, whew. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just blew their goddamn hat off. It's just something they never heard. Right. But it's just so basic, you know? And so, look, we got to figure out a way that we can come together and hash out our differences so that we don't hurt each other, right? We already know that we can do that to each other. We can hurt each other. I mean, you can run up on anybody with a Draco and lay them down, right? You can do that, right? But what good is it going to do, right? You know, your mom hurt, his mom hurt. Somebody from his family make your mom hurt, and then you know what I mean. And in some cases, they get your mom, right? They get your mom, they get your grandma, they get people that don't even have nothing to do with the situation because they can't find you, so they go and kill your mom, or they kill your little sister, or somebody like that. Like we got to stop like having that negative energy for each other. Somebody has to forgive somebody so that we can move on. Because until and I even said this. Until we match the brotherhood of the other nations, we're going to continue to be under their foot. Guaranteed. Like literally, we're guaranteed going to be under their foot until our brotherhood matches theirs. Otherwise, what the hell are we doing? What? What? You know, we're counterproductive. As a people, we're so counterproductive that it just makes no sense at all. Because the whole system benefits off of our calamity.
Right.
Benefits off of our destruction. Everything benefits off of the destruction of Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Straight up. If you think that this place does not benefit off of our destruction, please put it in the chat. So put it in the chat because everything works off of our destruction. Right? You shoot somebody. What happens? The police get overtime. The ambulance get overtime. The damn people that scrape you up off the ground get paid. The damn jailer gets paid. The lawyers get paid. The judge get paid. Everybody gets they palms greased a little bit off of our destruction, right? So how about we start loving each other and we stop murdering and we start enforcing brotherhood and sisterhood? Captain Arias said that. It's going to come a time when we're going to have to enforce it. We're going to have to enforce brotherhood and sisterhood. And if enforcing brotherhood and sisterhood means getting you out the way, then that's just what it's going to have to be.
Right.
Because it's going to have to be that way just for our very survival and our safety. Right? We're going to have to shun the people that don't want to have brotherhood and sisterhood. Right? Because remember, we didn't get into this situation. Hold on, let me rephrase that. We got into this situation by something radical. Right? Something radical that happened to this people. Right? And so the only way that we're going to get out of it is something radical. We already see that talking don't work sometimes, right? But we got to figure out a way to do it. We got to figure out a way that can make it work, right? But at some point, it's all going to meet. And it goes back to what General Muhammad was saying, man. And I totally remember this when he said, we all, being black in America, man, Hispanic in America, we all have paths to freedom, right? Now, some of us, we choose the harder path, right? Like the ISUPK, we choose the hard path to freedom, right? Because we go against everything, right? But then there's some people that choose the easy way, the easy path to freedom. At some point, we're going to meet with those people. We're going to meet at the end, right? And then at some point, we're going to have to deal with what we got to deal with. But whatever it is, whatever it's going to be, it's going to have to be for the betterment of the whole nation. All right. Let me see. Who else is on here? Okay, y'all checking in. Okay. All right. Checking in. Montgomery, Alabama. Okay. All right. No sweat. Demetrius. All right. All right. So could somebody give me 1 Timothy 4:12? Wait a minute. Was there any more on that?
Nah, sir.
Oh, that was it? Okay. 1 Timothy 4:12.
Come.
Let me see. Do I want this? All right, go ahead. Yeah, I'll break it down. Go ahead.
Book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth.
Could you look up what does this mean?
It's not talking about actual youth. It's not your actual youth.
Yeah.
It is talking about your
Well,
youth?
not quite.
Your youth and something, like you're young in something else?
Yeah, you want it. You want it. Let no man despise your youth. Because look up despise. What is that? What is that definition of despise? Despise. Definition of despise. Talk about that's right there on my book bag. What you was asking about earlier.
Up there.
Yeah, it's on my book bag.
It says feel contempt, hate, detest.
Hate. Let no man hate your youth. Why? Read on.
Oh, Salaki. But be thou an example of the believers.
Okay, so who is this talking about?
So you said, who is it talking about?
Yeah, who is this talking about? Where it says, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers.
Well,
Good.
it's a letter to Timothy, correct?
Right. But he's talking about.
A young man in the truth.
Say that again?
A young man.
Right there. A young man. Right? So it says, I'm going to break it down. Right? Don't let the men despise, don't let the men hate the fact that you're just young in the truth. Right? And I'm just flipping it real quick, right? So put it like this. When a brother, and I'm gonna break it down to you just the way the general broke it down to me. Okay, so when you have a brother who's a Salakia brother, right? You don't want to be that, a Salakia brother. You know, Damn, I fell asleep. Salakia. Oh, damn, I missed the council. Salakia. Oh man, I didn't get a chance to get over here, and when I knew that it was mandatory. Salakia. You know, you don't want to be the Salakia brother, right? You want to be a brother who does not need to be a Salakia brother, right? You want to be an example, right? So when that brother does something, like when that brother misses a council, or that brother doesn't show up to camp when he said he's going to be at camp, right? You'll be forgiven, right? The camp leader, the officers of 5,000 in the camp, they'll forgive you. Why will they forgive you? Go ahead.
Still a believer, right?
No. You the Salakia brother. I was supposed to be at the council, but I fell asleep. Salakia. Man, I was supposed to, man, yo, what happened? You didn't show up for camp today. Oh man, I fell asleep. Salakia. Man, well, brother, you were supposed to do class. Oh man, I forgot to tell you that I was gonna be working late. Salakia. Right? You don't want to be the Salakia brother, but the Salakia brother who does say Salakia all the time, right? The Salakia brother, he's gonna do those things, but he's gonna also be forgiven by the men above him. Why?
Because he's your brother.
Not quite. Stay on topic to the scripture.
Because they can't despise him.
No.
That's not it.
No. This was a heavy one the general broke down. I'll give it to you. Go ahead.
Because he's young.
So, say that again?
Because he's young.
Exactly. Give his brother a hand. That's why we're going to forgive you, because you're young.
Right.
That's exactly why we're going to forgive you. We're going to say, but what you don't want the brothers to do, despise you because of your youth, right? So you don't want us to like, this brother's doing this. He's just young. This brother, we out at the club. This brother's just going crazy at the club because he's just young. You know, this brother, you know, he did this because he's just young. You don't want us to despise. You being a young man, you don't want the men to despise your youth because of the fact that you are young in the truth. What you want to do is be as the what? But be what?
But be thou an example of the believer.
You see that? So don't let men despise your youth because you're young, but be as the men that are above you, and you'll be fine, right? And this would, if we could use this in the world, it would be that would literally like work, because we would be the example. If the brothers, the young brothers in the world will look up to brothers like us, we would be the example. And in turn, they would act like us. Right? And everything will be cool. Right? We wouldn't have to worry about these problems anymore. Right? Because you have an example of somebody that you should be like. You want to know how not to get checked? Then just follow the men that are above you. And you'll be all right. You won't get checked. You won't be checked a lot. Right? Because you would have an example of what you're supposed to be. That's how it works. Father, the son. A lot of fathers out there, they just off the goddamn meat rock with their thinking, right? So a lot of fathers aren't in a position to actually raise children, right? But if you are equipped like brothers here in the ISUPK to handle those types of things, then your son should follow the example of you. And he'd be just like you, and he'd be good to go. Won't have to worry about it. Won't have to be like, well, he's just young, right? you would actually have an example of how to be, and that would be as the believers. Read on.
In word,
Mm-hmm.
in conversation.
In what?
In conversation.
Right. you talk about what we talk about, right? You ain't talking about nothing stupid, right? You know, like it'd be crazy as hell. You know, some of these conversations, I can't even give any more energy to. A lot of conversations I just can't even give no more energy to. You know, really, I don't really care how much money Rick Ross got. I really don't. It just, I mean, look, I'm trying to get my own. I really don't even have to have that energy. I've seen people get into fights over like who's a better football team. I mean, you have people literally getting into fights over who's a better lyricist, Jay-Z or Nas. Like, what? Niggas be like, what? What's up then? It's like go from talking about Jay-Z and Nas to secret deals you seem to know about, because obviously you they're talking to you, right? you got a special line to Jay-Z to know about all his internal business, and you just know it all. And that's enough to fight another brother over because he's saying Nas is better than Jay-Z. You see what I'm saying? Like these types of conversation, you don't even need to involve yourself with it because it just means nothing. It's just nothing. It's vain, right? So you want to the brothers that are above you, man. You want to talk like they do, right? You want to do those things. And me being in the school in my short time, I learned that that's the way to go, right? That's the way to go. The way to go is to look at the brothers that are above you and just do what they do, and you'll be fine. You'll be super, right? You'll be here 10 years from now. We'll look at pictures, you know, like the pictures that we take now will look old, you know, in 2030. The pictures we taking in 2021, they're gonna look super old. And, you know, like an old Polaroid picture, be like, yeah, I've been around for a minute. Man, these pictures look old as hell. Because later on, you know, we probably gonna have pictures that are gonna be like just super good. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, I remember that's an old phone. You know, this is an up-to-date phone. Somebody gonna look at this and be like, that's an old phone. They was using those kind of phones, right? And so, you know, that's what you want to do. You always want to have the same conversation. Read on.
In charity,
Mm-hmm.
in spirit, in faith, in purity.
Right. So you want to, you know, look up, man. You don't want nobody to despise your youth, man. Then you do what the older men above you do. That's what you do. You do exactly what they do, and you'll be good to go. All right. All right. We gotta realize that the church is not going to help us, right? And, you know, we got to realize that. And you know, Matalapa, I'll tell you, man, we was out there, and I mean, you had pastors up there. I mean, kicking the same old school kid and play, you know, kicking to the front, turn around to the back, you know, and kicking same, you know what I mean? The same old 80s flow. It's like, damn, these niggas got up there with the same flow. That's why the killers ain't here. The killers ain't here. They sleep. They don't come out the house until what? 8, 6, 7? You know what I mean? They ain't got time to be out here no damn 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. They ain't out here right now. So who are you talking to? You talking to the same old niggas that you've been talking to forever. The youth don't hear you because they don't jack that junk. They starting to realize that, man, these pastors are just taking our money. Nobody want to hear that. They get up there with the same old, tired, what's that called? Sonic Force, Soul Sonic, you know, Planet Rock, same old, you know, the hip hop, the hippie do the hip hobby, you don't stop. That's how it sounds. And they're not going to jack it because it's just old, right? And because the youngsters are seeing that, it's like they don't really have anybody to turn to, right? But go ahead.
Why
they seeing it though? Because a lot of these people, they're not out on the street corners. So it's like the youth, they're not coming inside some of these buildings. You know, peace on the streets. I ain't going in.
Right, and that's my point. My point is the fact that they don't see it. They don't see it because they see the pastors kicking the same old junk that they was kicking to their grandma. They don't see anything new. So that's why when they get a hold of ISUPK, they like, you know, like, wait a minute, that's different than what I've been seeing. You know, and a lot of the youngsters, they look at it and say, damn, yeah, man, you know, yeah, that's right what he's saying. Yo, it seems like he's saying something that's gonna like reassure the fact that I should be a man. Go ahead.
They look at you like you one of them, and not like a pastor. That nigga, you know,
exactly.
He ain't where I'm from, and he might be, but he ain't talking like that. He not where I'm from.
Right, and I'm gonna show you what they was doing at the Peace on the Streets joint, and don't let me take nothing away from it. All right, don't let me take nothing away from it. They try to do something. All right. So I will say that. I'm not going to say that it's all bullshit. They try to do something. Right. And so that counts for something. Right. The fact that they seen there was a problem and they tried to figure out a way that they could at least try to start being part of the solution. And I get that. And I'm not taking that away from none of those people that were out there, none of those ladies that were out there, none of them. Right. But what I will say is that, okay, if they got that spirit, right, to want to have change, then you have to actually change. You have to take on something that we haven't had before. We've had Christianity. We've had the Nation of Islam. We got to take on something that is totally different, totally radical. And when we do that, that's when we'll start to see some change affected. But until then, we're just saying this, we're singing the same old dance. Right? Let me get Matthew 23 and 13. Let's see what Christ said about him.
23 and 13.
Mm-hmm. You can read it. Yeah, you got it.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 13. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites.
They what?
Hypocrites.
The Christian church are hypocrites. They really are, because they be talking all that good stuff that sound real good on the mic. But at the end of the day, man, and I'm gonna talk about was I tripping with the one dude. I think it was a pat. He had like all white, like tight stuff on. Maybe I could be bugging, huh?
Probably.
He had like looked like it was like a dude. He was up there like he was like a pastor, but he had like tight white, like a white short set on. And I was like, he looked like a pastor. They always try to look modern or whatever. When they not necessarily in the church setting, right? Because if he was in the church setting, he'd probably have a suit on. But when he's trying to look like he's from the hood, but he still got, it's like a tight white. I don't know what the hell he had on, but it just looked weird. He looked like really feminine. You know what I mean? I think he had a woman with him, but he just looked real. He looked gay. All right. It said, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites." Right? Read on.
For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
That's what they do. When they're up there spilling their whole thing, they're actually what they're doing is they're shutting up the kingdom of heaven towards men. Right? And what we're trying to do is we're actually trying to give people the kingdom of heaven, which is not an easy thing to do. It's really not. Trying to give somebody the kingdom of heaven is the hardest thing you can ever do. It's not like, like you can walk up to somebody and be like, here, take this CD. And they'll be like, no. You're like, it's free. Like, nah. You know what I mean? They're not going to take your new CD of your new raps or whatever. Nah. So imagine if you can't even give somebody a CD nowadays, or you give them, let them go to your website or go to your YouTube page, how hard it is to get them to do that, our people. Imagine how hard it is to give them the kingdom of heaven and give them the keys that they should, that they could use to get it.
Right.
It's actually an uphill battle, right? So what the pastors do is they shut up the kingdom of heaven to everybody who believes any word that comes out of their mouth, right? Read on.
For ye neither go in yourselves.
Right. So the pastors, they're not even going to go. They're not even going to get the kingdom of heaven themselves. Right? Because they shutting it up to you. Because they're telling you a bunch of other stupid stuff that don't even matter. This cat up there telling people about the vaccine and telling people, you know, you got to vote. You got to vote for the right candidate and all kinds of stupid stuff. Look, that's not going to get you the kingdom of heaven. Actually, what it's going to do is it's going to shut it up to you. Right? It's going to shut everything that everybody's trying to achieve, and everybody's goals are going to get, you know, what's that word I'm looking for? Everybody's goal is going to get halted because you shutting up the goddamn kingdom of heaven by your bull crap. Right? Read on.
Neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 14.
The people that's trying to get in, the people that's trying to learn, the people that's trying to figure out a way and get answers. You know, a lot of people came into the school in the Isupk because the coronavirus, the damn churches were closed. That's why we got a lot of people that came into the school because the churches were closed. They trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And they can't get no answers from the church because it's closed. They can't even have enough backbone to say, well, we're going to stay open regardless, whatever the government say. Whatever these cops say, they just going to have to come and enforce it here. Right? But then as soon as they say, oh, the ban is lifted, everybody can go back to church, they say, we got the victory from Jesus Christ. He gave us the victory. We're claiming it in the name of Jesus. Nigga, they just told you can open church up again. You ain't got no victory. Nigga, we got the victory. Nigga, we was in here when it went in the middle of the pandemic, at the beginning of the pandemic. We've been open the whole goddamn time. We ain't closed. We've been open the whole time. When it wasn't no hand sanitizer. It wasn't none. You go to the store, it is no hand sanitizer. We in here like getting the rest of it out the bottle. Right? But we did stay open. We did stay open because we don't give a damn about their damn mandates. If they come, what they say in Texas, they was like, hey, you know, you got a lot of people in there, you know, are you social distance? They like, yeah, well, by you being here at the door, you kind of putting us all at risk by you even being at the door. Hold on, let me get my mask because, you know, you kind of, you in the middle, you in my space right now. Everything cool? All right, cool. We social distancing in here. All right, yeah, okay, so everything cool? All right, bye. You know what I mean? It's like you got to take that approach because that's what's actually going to give our brothers and sisters the kingdom of heaven in this terrible time that we're going through right now. Right? Brotherhood and sisterhood, it has to prevail. Right. Look, I'm trying to tell you, they about to shut this whole thing down again. Everything that we was talking about. Commander General Yohana was talking about. The next wave. This next wave, they not playing. You know why? Because they talking about the Delta variant. Y'all heard about that? The Delta variant is coming. It's more contagious than the one. They saying people that even got vaccinated, they don't even matter anymore. At my slavery, they talking about if you haven't been vaccinated, you got to wear your N95 mask 100% of the time. Before it was just like when you got to work with somebody, you be at your desk in your office or whatever. They like, you got to wear it 100% of the time, even if you outside. And we're not talking about just a regular blue mask. We're talking about the N95. And y'all know what I'm talking about with the N95. The N95, you cannot breathe in that N95 mask. And it's hot outside. Not like, in the wintertime, the mask, it might be a little warm because you got something over your face to stop that wind, that hawk, right? Well, now we ain't dealing with the hawk. It's hot outside, right? 90 degrees outside. You got a mask on. They said they even told us if you outside, you got to have the mask on. They are trying to push. They are pushing it, and so brotherhood and sisterhood is going to definitely be very, very important now in these times, man. And this ain't to scare nobody or nothing like that, man. But but really what we should do is we should prefer each other more. We should prefer each other more, because what happened the last time when everything was going on with the whole what was that called? The last time we was going through the pandemic, when we was going through it, like I thought look, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I thought the pandemic was kind of over. Am I wrong in that assessment? I guess I was wrong in that assessment. But it felt like it was over. I could walk in any place I wanted to without my mask on. I stopped putting hand sanitizer on. Right? I just completely stopped using hand sanitizer. I stopped wearing a mask. Right? I thought we was good. But here we go again. Right? Because this shows you that this is a plague from the Lord.
Right.
And the Lord ain't ready to let it up yet.
That's right.
We don't even need 7 plagues. You know? This one right here is doing just what it needs to do. It's one plague. It's one. That's it. Because this one right here is shutting everything down. They talking about shutting everything back down in 2 to 3 months, I believe. Once it gets, I think the fall, we shut back down again. So all the mom and pop shops, they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone. The Walmarts, all that. I bet you never thought nothing could shut Walmart out, right? They was talking about it today on the news. Amazon about to knock Walmart out the box. People about to stop going to Walmart. It's about to be over. It's about to be done. Social media, Amazon is about to knock it all out the water. Go ahead.
It kind of started already. A lot of the 24-hour spots.
Yeah.
I needed some. I think I had broke out one night. I needed some like Neosporin. CVS not 24 hours no more. Riding. I couldn't get nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Look, man. I seen in Wilmington they have a brand new Amazon building. When I was going to Cowtown, right, I went over the bridge and they got a brand new Amazon building right there. I'm like, damn. It's like, it's like they're gonna move Walmart out the way. I thought nothing could beat Walmart. I thought Walmart was just going to be like, remember, how many people Walmart put out of business? Now they got something bigger than Walmart. Because people are like, man, I'm not going and sitting in Walmart. If you go in Walmart now, you go in a lot of stores, they don't really have nothing on the shelf, nothing you can really find anymore. Now people are like, well, I'll just order my stuff now and get it in 2 days. I remember this cat told me, I said, man, I got to, after work, man, I got to go get me some toilet paper. I got to go get me some toothpaste. He was like, what? You still go to the store to get that? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, I don't do that no more, man. I go to Amazon. I get all my toothpaste, toilet paper. I get everything just delivered to my door now. Like even what I do now, I don't even go to the supermarkets anymore. I get what's that called? Instacart. That's what I get. I get Instacart. Next thing you know, some lady pull up like, we out front. And she just start bringing the bags to the door. Wow. I like that though.
So they shop for you.
Yeah, they shop for you. All you do is go on the app and you just got to spend $30. $30. And then you just be like, I want this. They actually have somebody that goes in the store and pick everything that you ordered on your list. They pick it and then they pay for it and then they bring it all to your crib. And you pay it all through the app. So you don't even got to go into the store anymore. So in this time, man, that we're going through, our brotherhood and our sisterhood is going to be paramount. Right. It's going to be exactly what we need to get through, because it's going to be a rough time. And so the brothers and sisters that don't have anybody, like those sisters that be like, I don't need no man. Yeah, sis, you going to see how you going to need a man. You going to feel it. Right? For sure you're going to feel it, sis. You're going to be sitting in that house all alone because you the I ain't going to do this type of sister. As soon as you meet her, hey, sis, what's your name? I ain't going to do this. I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to be sitting at home cleaning up no house. I ain't cooking no dinner for no. Like, damn, well, you already telling me what you ain't going to do. Well, it looks like I'm not going to be here. Right? You don't need my services, right? You don't need me to be in this house. And you're going to be all alone. And then eventually you'll be tired of being alone and you'll get with that brother who already got a wife. You'll get with him You know why? Because that's what the scriptures say. The scriptures say, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
That's right.
And saying, only let us be called by your name. We will get our own clothes and just let us be called after your name. Because they're going to see. It's going to happen. With LGBT on the rise, right?
Right.
Brothers going to prison on the rise. Brothers killing each other on the rise. The pickings is going to be kind of slim, sis. So what you should do is get yourself in order, right? Get yourself in order and, you know, get you a man, right, to take care of you in these troubling times that we're going to be going through, right? And it all goes back to the foundation of what brought us here today. And that's brotherhood and sisterhood. That's the foundation that brought us here today. Without that, we ain't got nothing. We really don't. Zarabakar, all right, Zarabakar, you better cut it out. He said that's right. So you know, so that's basically what I wanted to say tonight, man. It's just, you know, like we and I know I kind of went on, man. I went on and on and on, but I just want brothers to know, man, like that's what this whole thing is about, man. It's about brotherhood and sisterhood, and that's what ultimately is going to what's going to be able to give us our footing that we need, so that we can offset all the things that come with us not having brotherhood and sisterhood, right? Let me see if I can pull one more. If anybody got any questions, y'all can go ahead and ask it real quick. You got 1 minute. So now. Hey, if every brother got a class, got an answer. Got a question. Let's go ahead and type it in. Or if anybody got any questions in the room. Matar, can I get that one? You love one another? Huh? All right, you got it. Go ahead, Warrior.
No, so I got one where let's say it's like a group of brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all may go out to eat every Saturday or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So one brother covered the tab one day.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't asked. He just did it out of nowhere. All right, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Next brother may do it. All right, got it. I got everybody. But you know, there's one brother, he never gonna pick up the tab.
Uh-huh.
And you start looking at him side eye like, damn, I think I'm going to do it. Why he ain't going to do it? Should I look at him like that, or should I just like, that's still my brother in the sense? He's still your brother, but should I look at him and give him the side eye like, like
maybe he don't have it. Go ahead, Matala Pop.
No, that's what I was about to say. Maybe that brother don't have it.
Yeah, he might don't have it.
He like to chill, but he just don't got it.
Yeah. You know, remember we always had brothers like that, but we clowned them when we was growing up. You know, the nigga that you smoke weed with, he never had no weed, so he just the brother you smoke with all the time, so that you could just crack jokes on him, right? You just be like, oh, look at this nigga, he smoking dance. You just laugh and you have a good time, you laugh. He's just a funny nigga to be around, but he just never have no weed. Sometimes, you know, brothers, they're good brothers, man. They just might not have it. You know, that doesn't mean that they're just any less than you or anything like that. They just might not have it. And if it make you feel a certain way about the brother not having it, then maybe you just go with the niggas that do.
are you wrong for that in a sense? Like, damn, you cutting them out because.
Or just like how I would play it, how I would do it. It's just always a way like you could do it without being too, you know, like, man, what you got on it? You know what I'm saying? What you got on it? What you got? Let me get them $5. Let me get them $5. Right? It's always a way that you can, you know.
You have to do, like, should you have to do that though? Like, it should just come natural.
But okay, because remember, everybody don't think like you think. I know what you're saying. Trust me, I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. Because you were the type of brother that, you know, to me, you seem like the brother that go into the club and you buy that first round. And then you looking like, well, my drink is getting kind of empty. who's gonna get the next one. And I'm the type of brother that come right up like, yeah, let's get that next one. And go around. Then you might get another brother that be like, let me get the next one. And then you get to the brother that just don't say nothing. He just got 3 drinks, so he good right now. He don't need to get no more.
It's one thing to have in one time, but now we going over a period. Now I feel like that's a character thing because I see you spending money. Like, all right, I don't care. You can't count nobody's pockets. You don't know what he got, but it's like, damn, man, you can't put something to it. Like,
yeah. So yeah, you could ask him, like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? What you got on it, man? Let's go. Remember when we talked about with Shaw? We'd be like, yo. Remember he'd be like, we'll buy all the food and then he would get back and he just start eating. Nah. Sometimes those people are necessary for you to have to come out and say what you need to say. Like, look, man, yo, nah, I need your money now. We about to get something to drink. What you got on it? You ain't got nothing? All right, no sweat. Right? You still can drink, but at least we got to the point where you told me you didn't have anything. So sometimes you just might have to just assert yourself and say, look, all right, well, what you got? You ain't got nothing? All right, no sweat. If he tell you he ain't got nothing, then, you know, you can move on from there. But if he, go ahead.
I was going to say, is this somebody like that you know? I mean, that you cool with?
This like a situation I had dealt with in the past, and I felt like people was using me in a sense.
Because if it's somebody that you like deal with or cool with, you pull them to the side and have a one-on-one with them. Like, let them know where you stand with it.
Yeah, like you know, some people are good because they can make you come out of your shell. Mm-hmm. You know, like something like okay, in the world, sometimes it's good to have a grimy nigga around. Because a grimy nigga is going, you know, keep you on your toes. Right. You'll be like, what? No, I ain't doing that. No. Right. You know what I mean? Yo, can I use your car? Like, no. Nah. You know what I mean? What you say what that was about?
When that tab comes.
Yeah, when that tab comes, you be like, hold on. Be like, hold on.
I had this.
I had this. Hey, but thought about it. You start counting like, carry the one. Like, carry the one. All right. So yeah. All right. I had this. You had this. You had this. You know, make him. He gonna. Yeah. It's always a way. So sometimes it just be the Lord. Sometimes, you know, like, you know, you in the truth too. So, you know, like when you thinking stuff and you think like something should be a way, the Lord will create the situation to where you have to say something. Right. And if you don't say nothing, it's gonna keep on happening. It's the Lord. Like, that's how the Lord works. You in the truth, man. Like, sometimes you might be like, damn, I wish you would have said that. And then the next week after that, he gonna say it again. And the next week after that, he gonna say it again. And that same feeling you had from the first time, you're gonna keep having it until you address it. Until you say, hey man, Salakia, if I could, I just want to talk to you real quick. I notice you keep doing this and that. You know what I mean? You're going to have to address it because in the truth, we're not allowed to be cowards. Right. You got to address everything that you have an issue with. And that's the best thing to do, to be confrontational because, you know, in some situations, confrontation is good because remember, the Lord likes competition, right? If the Lord didn't like competition, everybody would just get the truth. The Lord wants competition. You gotta speak up. That's the part of being in the truth. You gotta be a man of war all the time, no matter in what situation you in. And you'll realize that people will respect you. Because I realize that, you know, just by kind of like, you know, researching and just being really like in my personal time, I'm like real intrigued about power, right? I'm real intrigued about, you know, how, you know, people take over a whole country. You know what I mean? How you can have this person that just has total control of a whole country. And those types of things kind of intrigue me a lot about life. You know, I'm really interested in it. And one of the things that one of them said is that, you know, would you rather have people love you or respect you? And most people that's in control of everything would rather have people respect you. So sometimes, you know, you can approach it with like, oh, okay, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want him to look at me a certain way or not like me. But a lot of times you'll find out that if you just address it and say, look, man, what's up? Everything good? You all right? You got them $15? Let me get it. You know what I mean? I'm a type of person, I can make it to where it's, you know, I can make a comedic or whatever out of it. And I don't know if you could do that too, but you know, I'd be like, yo, what's up with them $15? Can I get them 15? What's up? And then, you know, more than likely, he'd be like, here you go. Damn. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, let me get them dollars. And then count it. Make sure it's all here. Because you don't be paying. All right, we got it. All right, we good. All right. So, you know what I'm saying?
So you went looking at it like, damn, nigga, I had to do, you was holding out the whole time? Like, you wasn't say nothing?
Well, the way I look at the way I look at things now, I mean, what I've looked at for years, but even before the school, is like I don't really cherish money. You know what I mean? So I don't really like trip on stuff like that. And if it's somebody that I think that is trying to get over on me, I just won't, you know, buy him any drinks. Go ahead, Mataz's Pop.
And then if you foster the atmosphere where he can continue to do that,
right,
then you can't fault him. Right. Because, you know,
you didn't say nothing.
You ain't say nothing. Like, I'm gonna do this every time. I'm gonna have my couple of hours.
Yeah, right.
I need to spend.
But I ain't gonna say that.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, you gotta be like, yo, what up? Can I get them 15? You got the next round? What up? All right, you don't got the next round? No sweat. Let me get one.
Sometimes you might have to do that.
Yeah, sometimes you might have to do it. Because obviously you seem to me like a brother who's an upstanding brother. And right. You seem like an upstanding brother to me. You've always showed that. So if it's making you feel a certain way, then you're right. You know, you're not wrong. So you should just address it if you're gonna keep that type of thing going. And maybe next time you go, don't buy nothing for nobody. Just get the brother, you know. Now, in some cases, not like I'm the type of person, some brothers might not have it. I'm getting them to drink every time. We gonna drink every time. You know what I mean? Like it's brothers like that. Look, be a brother. You know what I mean? But if they in the world and you just like on some, you know, you feel like they're using you type thing, then just don't get used. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah, but in the truth, you ain't got to do all that. You, brother, might not have it. We drinking, period. You know what I mean? And if it's like that, where it's like killing your pockets like that, then just go to the liquor store. You know what I mean? Then you get in there, you just kind of like, you know, topping yourself off for the night. You don't really got to, you know, go in there and get lit. You know what I mean? We go to the store, get a bottle, and we all going to get lit. And when we go in there, I ain't got to do no whole rounds for nobody. I just grab something to just keep me tight while I'm walking around or something. All right? So the point tonight is brotherhood, y'all. We got to figure it out. Some kind of way, we got to come to some sort of common ground, right? Sisterhood too. Sisters, you got to figure it out, right? Stop fighting your sisters, right? Because we are going crazy out here without this brotherhood and this sisterhood, all right? So I'm going, who that? All right, no sweat. And so with that being said, I'm going to turn the class over to Precinct Officer Matazi Allah.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brother and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3, 8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase belongs to the Lord. Priest fund, which is a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to donate, or whatever size bottle you would like to donate. It's all welcome. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the memorial of blowing of trumpets. It's September 6th, so that means Sunday, September 5th at sundown is a holy convocation. Mm-hmm. You have plenty of time to make sure that you are here. We are it's a high holy day, so we ought to be here. Right. You know what I mean? So make sure you're here. Sunday night, September 5th at sundown, where we'll be having services, memorial blowing the trumpets. And we also have the cookout coming up in that's next weekend?
Yeah, word.
Not this weekend coming up, but it's the following.
The following weekend, August 21st in New York. We have the cookout coming up. You make arrangements for that also if you go on to that. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, Imagine, we're going to get a teacher a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yazmatah. We're going to get the sisters a courtesy salute. Sar, please turn. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Atam Hashem Yahushua.
Yazmatah. Class dismissed.
That's right, man. Y'all go to sleep. Get out of here.
I had grabbed me one of them the other day.
The tropical